People, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Men's Physique, IFBB Pro, David Hammond, talking to you live from Kingdom Gym. Yeah, so a little bit update on the prep. We are currently 4 weeks, 5 days out. Heartbeats pumping, you know, we're competing at the True Athletes in London, the XL Arena. Biggest stage I've ever competed on. Pro debut, you know the lick. Okay, so we're going there. We're literally gonna put our best. There's some tanks, I've seen some tanks who I'm gonna be competing against, but Men's Physique has a weight cap starting from next year, so that's gonna make brothers like me, make it a little bit easier for me. I'm 5'10", so I think the weight cap for me is gonna be around 86, 87 kilos. I'm normally that weight on stage anyway, so I guess getting bigger is gonna be a thing of the past. But the thing about Men's Physique, it's not about how big you are on stage, it's about aesthetics, the way the body flows, have the shoulders move into the arms, don't have bigger arms on the shoulders, blah, 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 tiny waist, big back, big chest, you know the lick, okay? You get a lot of stick from people talking about legs. We train our legs, but essentially your legs don't get judged, so why put all that effort and time and growing massive wheels when they're not gonna be judged on stage? So, not saying you have to come out disproportionate. You don't want little tiny legs and a big upper body, but you just don't need to focus that much on your legs. So today we've got a pull day, and we're gonna take you through a little bit more of a different type of workout today. The workout's changed just to compensate for my energy, the lack of energy. So deadlifts are out, okay? And we're replacing that with something a little bit special, something from the one and only E-Banks. So stay tuned, stick with me. We've got a bit of posing at the end of the session as well. All right, show you some little tips and tricks that I like to do on stage, but stick with me, let's go. Yeah, so we have our chest supported T-bar rows, my all-time favorite back exercise. The thing that a lot of people don't like about this one is that it suffocates the hell out of you, okay? If you actually want to put it in a good position where your sternum is, you have to make sure, because there's limited adjustments on this specific one. So we put a couple plates underneath, a couple bumper plates that will boost you up to a position where you have a nice, comfortable, fixed position, okay? Always make sure you see where you're most effective at. I know if my body was in this position, I would feel terrible. So me going up a little bit more where I can actively brace, keep my core nice and tight, that will help me support the movement, okay? I'm gonna give you an example. So tight, make sure I'm in the center, Everything's tight, glutes nice and contracted. Lift off, hold in that position for a bit. Brace. Ooh. It's feeling like a strong day. You might see 6 plates on that bad boy. You might. You might. Oh, come on, Dave. Do your thing, Dave. All right, we go. Make sure we get some power in this bad boy. Hey, let's go. Wanna spot me? Come on, get a little cameo. Come get a little cameo. Get over here. You let me do this on my own. I need 8 of these, yeah. This is Shiv, guys. She taught me everything I know about social media.
Yeah, that is correct.
Oh. Yep. Ay, fucking powerhouse. Little spot. Yep. That. Where was I going with 6 plates? 6 plates? What was I thinking about that? I'm going 8. Shit, what'd I get myself into? Come on, Dave. That's it, motherfucker. No. Man's trying to make me do an extra play, you bastard. What do you think this is, cardio? All right, so we have a technique that I've used for many years to bring out my lats. As today, we're prioritizing more of the lats. We're gonna basically focus on the stretch aspect of the pullover. So I've got my own little bands here that I'm gonna attach to a sturdy frame. Wrap that bad boy up. I need it right directly above where I'm gonna bring the chair, okay? Next thing, I'm gonna put my dumbbell through that piece of work. And this is the awkward part, because if you don't have someone to help you, it gets a little bit hard, because the band is constantly pulling the weight backwards. So you have to have someone to give you the weight. Or if you're skilled like me, you can shimmy your way down. Don't try this at home. All right, and we're good. All right, so the way I like to do this, bring the band a little bit higher to the top. Remember, don't try this without a partner, guys. So, depending on how much you want the bands to come into the movement, you'll either move backwards or forwards. Now I want this band to really pull me backwards just to get a little bit more activation in the lat and in that stretch position. So another thing I could do, put my legs in that position so my lower back stays flat. Movement, so keep my core nice and tight. Pull over. The band has less help here. And the idea is once you get into that relaxed position, you're still engaging the lat. All right, so we're gonna hit 12 reps of these bad boys. 1. And then when you finish, dismount, and we're good to go. Woo! Let's go. 1. 3. 5. 6. 7. 9. 5 more. 4. 3. 'Fucking hell, that was heavy. Shit. All right, so we have a bit of rear delts to do now. Now, normally I do prone flies. That's the one when you're laying forward with the dumbbells, thrust it up. I find doing it on the actual machine a lot better, but in opposed to doing a pronated grip, we'll do a neutral grip similar to what you do when you use the prone flies. So whenever I do rear delts as well, I like to superset them or tricep or whatever. I find this tiny muscle, it feels better when you can get a lot of blood in there and just put a bit more volume through the area, minimal rest. So it's not a big muscle group, so you don't need a large amount of time to recover from it. So yeah, supersets with these bad boys. We've got 3 movements, let's go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3. So you see how I use the straps there? Comes in handy. You don't have to rely, and you can go heavy on it. You don't have to rely on your grip. So that's a little pro tip. Got the tunes in here today. Okay, so this is our regular face pulls. Now I'm gonna do it in a very peculiar way. Now the reason behind this one, there's a lot of imbalances, different structures, doesn't really matter. When it comes to face pulls, one side sometimes can take over depending on the length of one trap or the length of your posterior, an imbalance in the posterior chain basically. So in order to have the same feedback, we use the floor as our reference point. So we get down to the floor, I'm directly below the cables. My back's nice and flat, so there's no cheating. You can't hyperextend or anything in this position as well, so it's very, very strict. Pulling towards my face, make sure both elbows reach the floor on each rep. Another advantage of this one is you can also use a lot more weight. Oh. Okay, so now all I've got to do is make sure both elbows touch the floor, and I'm certain I'm in the same position. Oh. Oh. 3. Oh. Okay, the only issue is you're gonna have to break dance on the way up. But if you got skills, you can sort it. Another rear delt secret. There's no, I don't think there's a name for this one, but basically put the barbell behind your back and bring your arms back. Big whoop. No rocket science. Okay, let's do it. So, right there. So you want to do higher reps on this one. You can use an underarm grip or an overarm grip. I'm gonna try an underarm grip. I've never tried this one before. Oh, that feels like shit. Oh, mate. Harder than it looks. There's no weight on that bar as well. That's a wrap. All right, so we're at the end of the session. Okay, energy's running high. I'm gonna take this opportunity to give you guys a taste of what I used to do. Now, a lot of people don't know, I've built this back through calisthenics. I used to do calisthenics for years, talk about one finger levers, flags, muscle ups, the whole lot. This is actually something that I used to use at the end of every back workout, just in order to get the lats to respond and overall helps you flare your lats as well. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what we're talking about. So.
Every time I see them, something wrong with their memory. Trying to take away from a nigga. So tired of saving all these niggas' money.
So, I guess you can call that a hybrid between a bodyweight pullover and a front lever. But try that out if you want to help spread your lats a little bit more. Okay, so posing shorts on. We're gonna do a couple of drills. Okay, so traditionally we come up here, I'll show you my physique, blah, 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 blah. This week we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna give you some tips and advice on how we wanna pose correctly. Now, men's physique is all about illusion. Okay, so the more you hide that waist, no matter if your waist is small enough, the more you hide that waist, the more of an aesthetic X-frame it gives you. So, if I came up to you and I was like, hey, front pose. You never want to stay straight on like this, all right? You always want to make sure you sit back onto that leg, rotate the hips that way, and that just gives the waist that much more of a smaller look, okay? So that in comparison to being front on here, doesn't matter how wide you are, it always pays to hide that waistline. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a bit of my routine. All right, so one thing to always remember, guys, hide your waist. All right, we're 4.5 weeks out from the True Athletes Games. I'll see you there.